Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad and welcome to Shams London Academy Shines Your Life. Today we will be studying Class 10 Oxford English, chapter number 3, and that will be The Lazy Man's Song. Kindly switch off your mobile phones or any other devices that may cause hindrance in our studies. Thank you. Before we play a video for you, a short clip regarding this chapter, a short message. As we are facing tough times, coronavirus is growing rapidly and affecting everyone. So Shams London Academy kindly advise all of you to stay home, save yourselves and others too. Thank you. As this guy is trying to eat sandwich while watching the TV, but he forgot his drink. Even though he can walk, but is not willing to get up. So he tries different texts to reach that drink. He tries with the steel wire, still unsuccessful. He damns himself and then thinks of another solution. He grabs the room vacuum cleaner, tries to drag the drink, but still fails to do so. As he's too lazy to get up, he gets frustrated and starts throwing objects at the drink as he's hopeless. Being too lazy, he founds a pistol, thinks of shooting, and then decided not to. Struggling, doing his efforts, but fails to do so as laziness has completely overtaken him. Alright, dear students, as the video has been played for you guys and it has the relation with today's topic, which is laziness. So you have seen and you have listened, and I hope you got an idea regarding today's lesson. So moving on, the vocabulary session for today's chapter. So let's start. Alright, dear students, as you have also witnessed our clip, that was also related to this topic, which was the lazy man's song that you have read. So now, before we open the books and read out, we will shed a light on its vocabularies. So let's see how tough this chapter has the words. Farm is also you can use as a noun here, but in this very chapter it's used as a verb. Farm means what? Growing crops, to cultivate. Growing crops. You are working on a land, you are farming that land. Work on the land is a particular phrase type synonym you can use for that. The word cultivate you can also use, or raise. You can also use raise plants, raise trees, raise crops and all those. Leaks, it's a verb, leaks, when something is leaking, right? Dripping from hole, it could be any hole on the roof or in a car or in an engine. Just make different examples. So dripping from hole, it can also use a phrasal word for that, seep out. You can use the word drip, and also leak out can also be used here. Mend is used in different forms here, as it is used in this to sew some clothes, your garments. So here you can say that the meaning of this word is to repair a material, any commodity. Repair is the synonym, fix, very simple, and restore. Torn, it's an adjective. Torn means something which is torn up. You torn my piece of paper. You torn my wedding's invitation. So you turning up something. You can also say you torn my mobile screen, you can also say break, but toning you can also use in this sense. Rip apart, you can also use ragged or ripped. But here, torn is used as an adjective, so I have a torn mobile. It means I have a useless mobile or broken or outdated mobile. So you can also use that as a adjective. Darn. Darn used as a verb to sew clothes. Again, darn and mend, as I've said, you can also say mending something, material which is not clothes, something else like I will mend my car's engine. It means I will repair or fix my car's engine. You can also use for clothes as well, as I've said. Here, darn specifically to be collocatively or to focus the collocation, that will be the best to use darn, which is to sew clothes. So again, see, as I've said, mend is repeated. See, so mend or repair or stitch. Stitch is also a good word for sewing clothes. Steamed, it's an adjective. Having cooked something, if you cook something by steaming to give steam, so that will be steamed. It's an adjective here. So steamed, you can also use fume, or you can also say fumigate. Fumigate. Grind, verb. Grind means to break something into small particles or pieces. Crushing, to make powder. So it's crushing something to make powder. So you can also say for, it's not grind, I'm sorry, it's grind. Pardon me for that. Grind. So you can also use crush. You can also use crunch as well. Or press, you can also say. Idleness. Idleness here is used as a noun. Unwilling to work is in a state where you don't want to work. It's like laziness. Feeble. Vanity, laziness. See, feeble is a new word. You can also use that as well. Forge is a noun, a place where you work on stones, you break the stones, you make something of stones. Blacksmith shop, it's mostly the specific meaning of this forge word. Blacksmith shop means the shop where I can buy stones or I can break a stone there. Smithy is a common synonym for that as well. So guys, these are the vocabularies for today's lesson. Try to learn not only just the words, the meanings are given to you, as well as the best part that will enhance your speaking is synonyms. So try to learn, and we will inshallah jump to the reading session. And thank you so much for your attention. Take care. Alright guys, as the vocabulary session is finished, it's completely understood and crystal clear for you guys that what each word stands for. And as we all know, vocabulary is a big ocean, so we are trying our best to make it more easy for us to understand this particular chapter. So I hope you have got points and meanings of the required words in the chapter. Moving on, dear students, I would like you guys to open your book, page number 6, chapter number 3, by the name Lazy Man's Song. I will read and explain at the same time. So you have to listen, and as I'm stressing on these two skills, that how to read and pronunciation. So guys, kindly focus and listen. Lazy Man's Song. I could have a job, but I'm too lazy to choose it. I have got land, but I'm too lazy to farm it. Very simple English is used here. Some of the words are technical, but it's already easy for you guys to understand. He's saying that I could have a job, but I'm too lazy. I don't want to choose a job. Let's say I have a job of HR. I have a job of, let's say, marketing, but I don't want to choose it because I'm too lazy. Then he says that I got the land. I got a piece of earth. I got the land, but I'm too lazy to cultivate that land, to start a business or to build a house on that land. My house leaks. I'm too lazy to mend it. My house is leaking. It needs mending, but I'm too lazy to fix my house. My clothes are torn. I'm too lazy to darn them. My clothes are outworn, out of date. They are torn, but I'm too lazy to sew my clothes to adorn them. Then the writer says, I have got wine, but I'm too lazy to drink. Even he has the wine in his hand, a drink, but he's too lazy to drink, to take a sip from it. So it's just the same as if my cup were empty. It's just the same as if my cup is empty because I'm not drinking it, even though I have wine in it. I have got a lute, but I'm too lazy to play. He has a musical instrument, lute, but he's too lazy to play. He's not willing to play. So it's just the same as if it had no strings. It's just like it's broken. It doesn't have any strings to play because like the guitar have those strings. So if I do have the guitar, but I don't want to play that guitar, or let's say I'm too lazy, so it means that it's broken. It doesn't have any buttons or strings. So it's the same as not playing a guitar. My family tells me there is no more steamed rice. I want to cook, but I'm too lazy to grind or grind. Here, he's saying that my mother is saying, or my family is saying that there is no more steamed rice. So it means you have to do something. Then he said that I want to cook, but I'm too lazy to grind, so I cannot grind something, I cannot press, or I cannot cook something for myself. My friends and relatives write me long letters. Very simple, no need for explanation. I should like to read them, but they are such a bother to open. He is that much lazy. This person is that much lazy. As you can see in the picture, he's lying on a couch, having a pizza slice on his stomach with a bottle of wine in his hand. So he's doing nothing and he's just lying. And this is a very bad, addicted action. We should not be lazy because it kills our personality. So okay, let us continue our lesson, students. Okay, I should like to read them, but they are such a bother to open. So it means it's bother, it's disturbing me. I can't open all the letters being sent from my friends. I have always been told that Hai Shu Ye, it's like a advice, or it's like a linguistic term, passed his whole life in an absolute idleness. It means that I was also told, I was always told that this Hai Shu Ye, it means that you are living in a state of nothing. You are doing nothing. You are wasting your time. You're not working on yourself. You're not thinking for your future. Your present is screwed up and past is already screwed. So, but he played his lute and sometimes worked at his forge. So even he was not so lazy as I. Now here he's saying about his friend that my friend sometimes he did play his lute, like the musical instrument, and sometimes he even worked at his forge. Forge is a place where stones are made or broken to make other instruments or other devices or other things. So he was even working at his forge, at his place. Sometimes he would even play a lute, means that he would work. He's not as much lazy as myself. So even he was not so lazy as I, the same thing as I've said. So this chapter is about the very not to be done action, which is laziness. So we should not put this action into our own life. Laziness will destroy, will kill our personality. So I hope you have got some of the points. I'm sure you got many of the points because it's a very easy lesson. Moving on, dear students, you have a thinking point now. This lesson will build and will give you a lot of benefits, guys. Because in thinking point, it has a good exercise and I like it personally. Tick mark number 1 in page number 6. Do you think we are expected to take this poem seriously? Now, this is a very good question to be posed. Do you think that we should take this seriously? Of course we must. So what are the reasons that you're taking it seriously? If you ask me right now, I would say that, of course, I learned from this lesson that I should not be lazy. I learned from this lesson that I should not waste my time. I learned in this lesson that I have to do everything which is under my possession, which is under my ability, which I can do. I have to do all those things. So I can go on and give you many reasons as possible. So you should answer all these tick marks in your book. And the best part about today's homework is the pattern poem. The pattern poems here in the same page number 6, the writer is asking you to make a poem of your own self, of your own thoughts, of your own wordings, which is a very good idea for the students to be motivated. There is a very good example given. If you see page number 6, the last, much of this poem follows a simple pattern. See, then there is a blank, but I'm too lazy to blank. So if I fill it up, I would give you a very random example. I will say that I love to do sports. Then again, I will copy from the book, but I'm too lazy to practice. I'm too lazy to go out and play. So like this, you will have to make a poem of such wordings, and it should be the same as you have in your books. So, and you can also use your similar pattern for other poems. Try it yourself, choose one of the titles below. See, there are 3 titles given. You can also choose other titles, but I would recommend you to choose these titles which are easy to be implemented. Let's say the busy man's song. If you are a girl, the busy woman's song. So choose one. So it depends on your gender. So the busy man's song, it means that I'm busy, but I'm too lazy to, for example, give time to my family, let's say. So these are the kind of techniques that you can do your homework. Try other titles as well. The angry man's song, right? Or the important man's song. So any of the 3 titles, one is positive one, the other 2 are a kind of a negative ones. So no problem, you can make one poem out of these 3 titles, which is very easy. And you can also copy. If you get stuck in poem, it's a kind of a poetry. You need to just write short and meaningful words, like we have studied the vocabulary session. So you can also utilize that in today's homework. So I think this is enough for today. Dear students, inshallah in the next session, we will be focusing on other poems as well. And thank you so much for your time. All right, dear students, today's lesson comes to an end. I appreciate your attention and kindly do your homework. And in the end, I would like to share a very important thought of the day, is that try and try and try again. Don't quit. You will get there. So try again. Work on yourselves. If anything is hard, don't be afraid. Just take the stand. Go out and see what happens. If you fail, that is okay. Well, there is a good saying that it's not over until I win. So champion falls. So it means that if you lose or if you cannot do it, then again, try again. One day you will be successful, inshallah. God bless you, and Allah Hafiz. We do provide the books, our Oxford system in English. So dear students, if you are in need in these books, you can contact Shams London Academy, and we have the facility to provide you all these books at your doorsteps. Plus, don't forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Shams London Academy. Thank you so much for your attention. You have a good day.
Shams London Academy.